Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So here we have another episode of the collection in depth, and obviously we are specifically on the Disney section here. So lots of Disney goodness. So if you like Disney films, please do come along. I have plenty for you. And let's get to it. And here we are into the Disney collection section of my video. So the first we have is the 101 Dalmatians. This is obviously the classic view with the sleeve, number 17 in the list. Then obviously to follow it, number 102 Dalmatians. So as you see, this collection follows all animated Walt Disney movies, so Disney, that's why it sits where it is, and then obviously numbers first and then it goes alphabetical. So yeah, so then we have a Goofy movie. I do remember this, loved this as a kid, that's why I rebought it. I haven't got around to rewatching it, that's why the labels are on. Then we have Alice in Wonderland, the animated movie, Blu-ray version. You'll see that I have different Blu-ray, DVD and stuff. And then we have Aladdin, the first one, with the sing-along versions. My wife does like a good sing-along. Then we have The Return of Jafar, the sequel to Aladdin. Doesn't feature Robin Williams, I believe. Then we have The King of Thieves, which was the third and final one. I believe Robin Williams did return for this one. Then we obviously feature it, the live action Disney. So yeah, if there is live action adaptations, I try and put them in here with this. Then we have Atlantis, obviously a big Michael J. Fox fan, so glad he kind of voices it. And then we have the second Atlantis, Milo's Return. Not as good as the first, but not. And then after Atlantis we have Bambi. Can't recall what I've seen this, but I say it's been so long I keep meaning to rewatch it. And then obviously a Bambi and number 2. Haven't seen that one, that's why the labels are on there. So we're doing well for the first section. Then we have Basil the Great Mouse Detective. We watched this, I think, last year, me and the wife, with the slip edition. So quite good. One of my wife's favourite movies. So we got the special edition of A Beauty and the Beast. I believe it's 3-disc edition. Lots of behind the scenes. Then we also had the standard edition because she had one and I had one. So we kept it obviously Blu-ray on this one as well. So then we have Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. So a little spin-off from it. I think it's in like 20 minutes. Another one of my wife's, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Obviously I know this is animation, but an animation series, but it's kind of animation live action mix. So that's why Bed Knobs is in there. One of my favourites, Big Hero 6, Baymax, obviously based off a Marvel comic. Then we have Disney Pixar, so Pixar are thrown in here as well, and this is A Bug's Life, 4th edition sealed. Still, I got round to rewatching that. Then we have Bolt, quite like, we obviously love dogs, so you know that. And then Brave, really like this movie, really like the brothers where they get turned into the little wolves, bears even. I thought that was quite good. And then Brother Bear, obviously a big fan of Phil Collins as well, and obviously he did the soundtrack to my favourite Disney movie, so I quite like this one as well because he did a bit of soundtrack to that. And we have Cars, obviously sealed edition. We managed to get a lot of vouchers many years ago and buy a load. And then Cars 2, I think we've seen 1 and 2, but we've not seen 3. Chicken Little, we watched this recently, my wife had never seen it. We do like Zach Braff from Scrubs, so it was quite good. I do like Fish Out of Water. Then we have the animated Cinderella. And then live action Cinderella. Still quite a good adaptation in my eyes. And Coco. I was quite hesitant against watching this, but in the end I really, really did like this. It was a very pleasant surprise of a movie. Big fan of dinosaurs. So here we have Dinosaur, the Disney movie. Then Dumbo. Then the live action Dumbo with Danny DeVito. I don't think it was too bad. It was a little bit of a different variation. Then we have Fantasia. Then obviously Finding Nemo 2-disc edition. Nice shiny cover. Then the sequel, Finding Dory. And there's Frozen. I'm sure everyone has this. who likes Disney. Hercules. I did quite like this movie. I do look forward to a live action version. Home on the Range, one of the lesser known Disney movies, but I still like it. Inside Out, obviously we get Inside Out 2 I believe next year, so quite looking forward to that. It's quite interesting. I do Disney, Pixar, and do some good designs and ideas that they do follow through. Lady and the Tramp, one of my wife's favourites. I don't know the second one. Then we have Lilo and Stitch. We watched this last year for the first time. She did quite like it. I do like Stitch. Not a big fan of Elvis music, but funnily enough, I did quite like it. Then we obviously have Stitch the movie, one of the follow-ups. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them. Then we have Luca on Blu-ray. Did really like this, a more common one. I did quite like the sea theme and that, as you can see from their feet. Then more sea stuff. We had The Little Mermaid. I've seen a live action recently. I don't think it's nowhere near as good as this, but that's my eyes. Then we had the second one with Ariel's daughter. This is my wife's copy. I've not seen it, so I can't comment. One of the more obscure ones, Meet the Robsons. I do actually really like this movie. I think it doesn't get enough credit as it should do. Then Moana. Sure everyone's again heard of this. We really like it. My wife likes the Shiny song. Then we have Monsters Inc. With Sully and Mike Wazowski there. And then the follow-up, Monsters University, which is a prequel, still really good. Mulan, one of my favourites. But the live action. I thought I did have the live action. Maybe it's in the wrong place. Oliver and Company. Again, one of the little lesser known ones. Still quite good. From obviously the story of Oliver. Onwards. I got this as a birthday present a year or so ago from my wife. I really like this. Again, a good modern day Disney movie. Peter Pan. Can't beat a classic. Lots of bonus stuff. And then obviously the sequel, Return to Neverland. And Peace Dragon. I love this as a kid. And then obviously the modern day version of it with the CG one. Still didn't think it wasn't too bad. Then we have Pocahontas, Just Around the River End. And Ratatouille. Then we have Raya, The Last Dragon. Again, a more modern day Disney movie that I did really like. The last few haven't been as great, but there you go. Sorry, I knocked a crow off the side there. Then we have good old Robin Hood. This is probably my wife's favourite one of all. Then we have Sleeping Beauty, obviously one of the steel one, the surround ones, obviously number 16, and we got these are a few we got with some of the bonus vouchers we had. And Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on Blu-ray. Tangled, obviously Zachary Levi, a big fan of, so glad he got Finn Rider. Then we have my favourite one, Tarzan Special Edition, with lots of behind the scenes stuff. Tarzan 2, not got round to watching yet because I loved the first one so much. And then they also did Tarzan and Jane, so I got that to watch. And then we have The Aristocrats, again one of my wife's favourites here. She has quite a few favourites, and so do I. Black Cauldron, quite an older one, not as well known. I do quite like the creature. I think he's voiced by Winnie the Pooh one. Emperor's New Groove, everybody loves this. This is a classic Kronk. And then Kronk's New Groove, the follow-up. Then we have The Fox and the Hounds. Don't recall seeing this for a long time, so I can't really comment. Then with The Good Dinosaur. As I said before, I love dinosaurs, so I really liked this one. I thought this was, say, one of the better modern takes. I think Arlo is the dinosaur's name. Then we have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Quasimodo there. Again, another quite good one. And then we have The Incredibles. Then we have The Incredibles 2. Wasn't as good, unfortunately, I think, as the first one. But I did quite like Jack and that, and they have a bit more presence. And then we have The Jungle Book, obviously, Wraparound, number 19. And then a not as well known, The Jungle Book 2, sealed, so I've never seen that. Then we have The Lion King Special Edition, love this movie. This was the second movie I ever saw at the cinema. And then Simba's Pride, number 2. And then the third one, Hakuna Matata. I think this is more based on the popular TV series that came out at the time. And we have The Princess and the Frog. We watched this recently on Disney Plus, even though we got it sealed there because my wife couldn't remember it. Again, stars the voice talent of Alan Cummings, who did Winnie the Pooh. Then we had The Rescuers, the first one, Bianca and Bernard. And then the sequel, The Rescuers Down Under. Then The Sword in the Stone. And then Toy Story 1, the classic. Toy Story 2 with Jane. Toy Story 3 Blu-ray. Oh, there's a bit of a... Someone's had a munch at that. Toy Story That Time Forgot. So this is a little, like 10-minute one, I think. And then there's another one, The Story of Horror. Terror, even. I can't read. Treasure Planet. Love John Resnick's song to this film. On to the final few. And then we have Up. Love this. Recently got my wife the Lego for her birthday. WALL-E. Me and my wife absolutely love this movie. Brilliant. Animation, story and everything, and how characters, they don't even talk for the first half an hour. Then we have Wreck-It Ralph. The Wreck-It Ralph 2 wasn't as big sold on the second one. And then finally Zootopia. Really liked this one. Like Jason Bateman. Thought he was a good cast. And there we go. So that was the Disney collection. Hope you're enjoying this series. Obviously, I'm trying to come out with one video a week of this. Obviously, this does fluctuate. Hope you're enjoying it. If not, or if there's anything you feel like I can improve, please do let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be Cypher Sigma, and I'll see you in the next one.